Have you ever sat down in an exam room, the test papers are given, and just before you can pick up your writing materials to begin, the student sitting right next to you has already filled up pages upon pages and is like, "Excuse me, sir, more supplementary sheets, please." And you're like, but the exams just started. Or you finally got your answer to question 1, and before you can happily put it down, they are gone. They're done taking the test. This can be very intimidating and demoralizing, and it happens a lot around this time of the year. So if you're that person battling with feelings of being left behind in your life or in some aspects of your life, then please keep watching. If that's not you, still keep watching, because somebody you know may need this. Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Chantal and I welcome you to Shanti Bloom. If this year it's your desire to move away from the place of feeling stuck, from feeling unproductive, over to where you bloom and flourish in every aspect of your everyday life, and to do so God's way, then please consider subscribing, because that's what Shanti Bloom is all about. You may be wondering why I'm sitting in front of this white plain wall with these electrical outlets all exposed. Well, this is a room that we're preparing to use for study time, quiet time, some office space. And as you all know, I love crafting, DIY, do it yourself. And I thought this is a small space, why not try painting it myself? So we did paint. I came in and just took off some of the painter's tape that was all around the room, and we're going to be putting all of these back. As soon as I'm done with this video, we'll put all of this back. But I just thought to sit here and let's have a little talk about the power of preparation. It's the beginning of the new year, and you probably have already set your goals, or maybe you are beginning to set those goals. You're making effective action plans, and you may have already started taking baby steps towards accomplishing those goals in your life. But when you look around you, you see other people who are so far gone into accomplishing their goals in their lives, and some people, it even looks as though they are almost at the finish line when it's still January. This can be very intimidating, and you may be tempted to take shortcuts in order to speed things up, or you may just throw in the towel and say, hey, I don't think I'm cut out for all this goal setting and planning stuff. Let me just go ahead and live my life by default and not by design. But before you do that, remember that somebody can be ahead of you for both the right reasons and the wrong reasons. And one of those right reasons that I'll be talking about in this video of today is that someone may be ahead of you because they had long prepared for where you see them right now. To be honest with you, there were times this month that I was discouraged because there were goals that went well. I even checked them off. There were other things heading down the right path, but then there were just some things that seemed to tarry, and I could not understand why. But as I began to meditate and reflect during the early days of this month, I came to realize that there are just some things that have to go through that season of preparation, and we cannot rush them. Proper preparation is half the victory. How prepared are you for where you want to go? Or better said, how prepared are you for where God wants to take you? How prepared are you for that business launch? It takes more than just a good idea. How prepared are you for that marriage you have been waiting for? It takes more than just turning 25 or 35 or whatever the new standard is. How prepared are you for that pastoral calling? It takes more than putting on a nice slim suit and bringing down Rema. How prepared are you for that position of a pastor's wife? It takes more than looking all cute and beautiful and being called the first lady. How prepared are you for that family that you want to raise? It takes more than just conceiving. That dream or vision that you have has to go through that preparatory phase. Rushing to birth a dream before its time is like pulling a baby out before term. You'll either kill it or you'll end up with a premature dream that you're holding with shaky hands, hoping and praying that it survives another day. Now, am I saying that you should hold back from taking the first step until you feel ready and prepared? No. Preparation is an action and not a feeling. You will almost never feel prepared. You will almost feel that you are never ready, but you will know when you have laid down the necessary foundation to start building, even if your feelings are telling you otherwise. Now, let me briefly share with you 4 key things to keep in mind when you are in a season of preparation. Number 1, the season of preparation is not always glamorous. As you can see, everything here looks so plain and so boring and unfinished. There are no decorations on the walls yet, no bookshelves. The process can be dirty, tiring, and those muscles can sore and ache. And just to make things worse, that process may be very unnoticeable to somebody who is looking from the outside. They may only see chaos. Only you who is involved in the process will be able to notice and appreciate that growth and that progress. And that is really all that matters. And on those days that is really so hard on you, find you that somebody or that something that's going to make you laugh, is going to make you dance, and just keep going. Preparation is like the foundation of that building that takes forever to finish, but when it is done, it sets the stage for good success. Number 2, the length of time for preparation depends on the size of that project, that vision, that dream. You know, the roots of an oak tree is not the same like the roots of a tulip. The foundation of a skyscraper is not the same like the foundation of a treehouse, if at all it has one. So be careful that you're not copying others just because they are moving fast. Their foundation may match what they are building. Will the foundation that you are laying or copying from others sustain your vision? And I'm not referring to the things that we learn from others in order to grow. I'm talking about copying with no intentionality, which only leads you to being a clone and not an original. Number 3 is an important thing to keep in mind. Preparation needs time, effort, and resources. It is true that we all have 24 hours in a day, but the amount of responsibilities that we have within that 24 hours differ from person to person. The available resources needed during the season of preparation also differ from person to person and even from location to location. There are just some places that are lacking in resources. The challenges faced by an 18-year-old who is in college and still living with their parents is very different from the set of challenges faced by a 40-year-old who is in college and who is married and has a family. I always remind myself I'm a wife, mom, working, ministry, daughter, you name it, so I know how far I can stretch. I'm not encouraging you to use these things as excuses not to push through, but just to keep them at the back of your mind, to remind yourself of the circumstances surrounding you so that you do not get discouraged by another person's speed or get involved in unnecessary competition. Booker T. Washington says that success is to be measured not so much by the position that one has reached in life as by the obstacle which one has overcome. The last and the most important is that preparation is time for maturity. As we know, our God is more interested in depth than in speed. He looks at the inside more than the outside. He is a loving father who will not just hand you the car keys and send you on the road unprepared just because you cried for it. Now, when I look back at some areas in my life that I had considered delayed or denied, I am just in awe and I am so grateful to God that He did not allow me to go out there unprepared and make a fool of myself and rub His name in mud. You know, people can always look at you from the outside and say, hey, woman of God, you're strong, you're ready. But God, He's your Father. He knows you inside out. He is the potter and you are the clay. He knows where you still need some shaping, you still need some pruning. There's nothing as disturbing as somebody in ministry who lacks character and is unaware of it. So please don't rush things. Allow yourself that time to lay down a solid foundation. Above all, our solid foundation is Christ. Are you building upon your finances? Are you building upon your connections, your fame, your charisma? All of that may fail you. A wise man builds his house upon the rock so that when the winds and the waves come, it will stand the test of time. So I'm here to encourage you. If you're feeling left behind, you're feeling delayed in life, be at peace. Do not throw in that towel and call it quits or rush things and build upon a shaky foundation. It may be that you are just in a season of preparation, and when that foundation is completed, the building up of those walls will happen just like this. So keep in mind these 4 important things that we have mentioned in this video of today. Allow God to lead you one baby step at a time. Don't give up. It's just January. If you found this helpful, then please be sweet enough to give that thumbs up, share this video so that somebody else can be blessed, and please consider subscribing if you haven't done so. And as always, remember to put your best foot forward, bloom and flourish in your everyday life. Thank you for watching.